So the idea of a person not becoming who they want to be in life becomes a matter not of stability. It's not about being stable. It's not about being lesser important than the next person. It's about becoming a better you. About knowing when to give up and when to put a little more effort in. Having a why or reason to want to be greater rather than not be anything at all. So you put your heart and soul in something. You put your desires in something. That something becomes who you are. Maybe not who you want it to be, but definitely who you are. Because in life, we're given choices. We make choices. Sometimes the choices are the wrong choices. But just like life gives us ups and downs, life gives us a way out. It's just up to us to know what way is out. I think about when I was a kid and I was afraid to take the challenges of life. I developed this idea or this ideology or theory that if I tell myself no fear before I do something, I wouldn't be afraid anymore, or I would at least have the courage to attempt this feat or accomplishment that I thought would be impossible for a person of my caliber. Again, our self-worth determines what we're capable of. And I always had this thought within myself that I wasn't worthy enough for certain things, or I was incapable of doing certain things because I was drilled as a kid to make myself believe that I am less than amazing. You know, and in life, we're always taught by the little things that are said to us. We're always taught that we can be or we can't be. And it's always the things that our parents or the ones who we looked at as leaders would say to us that develops our mentality of who we are and our self-worth. This is why we have to be careful about who we allow to integrate their thoughts and beliefs of us into our lives, because they'll make us feel less than worthy, or make us feel less than capable of being who we want to be. I learned a long time ago I have to erase or eradicate certain people from my life because of the things that they might say or the thoughts that they might have about who I am and what I'm capable of doing. And I'm greater than the most. Because in my mind, I tell myself I'm greater than this challenge. I'm greater than this life. I'm greater, I'm bigger than every situation you put me in. Why? Because in my mind, I'm a conqueror. I was faced with challenges and adversaries as a child. I was faced with challenges and adversaries as a child that most people would not live through. The violence, the turmoil of Atlanta, Georgia as a kid was rough on a young man. A young fatherless man in a broken home. I look back on those days of homelessness and I look at the young man I was then and I see the young man that I am now, or the older man that I am now, and I'm proud of who I became. No, we can't choose our parents, we can't choose our lives, we can't choose what happens in our birth and most of our childhood when we're hopeless and helpless, so to speak. We rely on other people to get us to where we need to be. But what we can do in our adulthood is learn from those experiences that we had as children. So I found my why. I found the reason why I'm motivated to be the person that I am today. And I found it in my experiences as a child and the children that I bore. Because I don't want them to have to experience what I experienced. I want them to be greater. I want them to be conquerors. I want them to excel and achieve things that I never achieved. I want them to understand that their father went through these trials and tribulations so that they can be better. And you can be better. So each of you that are listening, you gotta know your self-worth. You gotta know what's your why. You gotta know exactly why you wake up every morning looking for that light, that desire, that drive. What is it that makes you feel capable of getting to that next level? What drives your goals? What will make you successful? Because trust me, being fearful never did it for me. I had to learn the hard way, you know? Being afraid as an inner city kid is something you just don't do. I mean, there's people out there who grew up like I grew up that allow fear to take over their lives. And I look back and I see the old friends and family that were there during those hard times. And I look at where I am in life and I look at where they are in life and I see the difference between what I did and what they did. You know, circumstances, they come and they go. Friends and family deal with the same issues we deal with. It's not where you are in life, it's not what you actually are going through in life, it's how you deal with the things that you're going through in life. I encourage everybody that I ever speak with or when I'm actually teaching or mentoring or actually spending time with someone, I question them first about what is it that they want out of life. And then secondly, I ask them, what is your drive? And then thirdly, I encourage them, take the first step. The hardest thing for us to do is just take that first step. Why? Because we're afraid. You're going into a place you've never been. Doing something you've never done. It's challenging. But our bodies are equipped, our minds are equipped, our lives have been equipped with everything that we need. Take a moment, put your hand over your chest. Take a moment. Stop whatever you're doing. Put your hand over your chest. You feel that? That do. When you feel that beat, you feel that heart beating, you know you're alive. And as long as you feel that heart beating, there's something in you waiting to get out. I look at my heartbeat like a beast waiting to be released from a cage. Why? Because I know I'm great. I know there's something deeper in me. I know that there's something waiting to get out. I could have given up. I could have given up when I was in 9th grade and I went to school to get my classes and they turned me around at the door and said, "You're not welcome here." I could have given up. I could have given up when the state of Georgia said, even though you served your time and you've done everything that you can do to justify the acts of your nature, now we don't no longer want you in our state. I could have given up. I could have just said, you know what? I'm just gonna be who they want me to be, but I chose not to. I said to myself that I'm greater than every situation I've been in. I'm greater than the people who doubted me. I'm greater than the circumstances that created me or that forged my thoughts of self. I'm greater than my current situation. It's not the situation that defines us, it's what we do in that situation. It's not the trials and tribulations that define us, it's how we handle them that define our character. So I challenge you, if you've ever been fearful, if you ever doubted yourself, look back at your circumstances, look back at the things that you've accomplished, feel your heart beating and know that you have survived. You survived. Not only ups and downs, you survived turbulent situations. You've survived through the struggles and storms of your life. You're here. You right now, you're listening to someone who's been through it. I mean, I've been up, I've been down, I've been beaten, I've been stoned. I've suffered the persecutions of being me. So many of us who are here now just knowing that we're greater. Greater than the ones who doubted us when we believed in a vision that they couldn't see. Because we understood that if I just apply the little principles that I've encountered in my life, if I just push harder, there's a silver lining in this dark cloud laying over my life. I just gotta push. I just gotta believe. Not just believe in the higher power that is beyond me, but believe in myself to be able to create and do exactly what needed to be done to fulfill my destiny. My biggest fear is to live this life and not fulfill the destiny I have set for myself. I say it again, my biggest fear is that I will live this life and not fulfill the destiny that I have set for myself. And see, a lot of people are allowing other people to set your destiny by believing what they say about you or believing what they tell you about you and having fear and challenging those beliefs. I'm a project kid that grew up homeless to a drug abusing family. That little project kid that grew up homeless to a drug abusing family that overcame every adversary. So nah, I don't believe nothing you tell me. I only believe what I see to be true, and the truth is in the eyes of the beholder. So when I look in the mirror, I see a great man. I see a conqueror. I see a king, a leader. What do you see when you look in the mirror? Tragedy how many people don't never actually take a look at themselves, not just get up and wash your face and dry it off and look to see if you got a couple of boogers hanging in your nose. I mean, really look deep into your eyes, see your soul and see yourself, and determine whether or not myself that I'm looking at is actually doing what's best for me. Am I happy where I'm at in life? Am I comfortable in being uncomfortable? See, some of y'all too comfortable. You gotta get uncomfortable with being comfortable and get comfortable with being uncomfortable. When I feel myself getting used to where I am, I gotta shake things up. I gotta do something different. I gotta push myself because I don't want to get stagnant. I only have a short life to live on this earth. It's the year 2020 currently as I'm recording this, and I'm 34. The average lifespan is 60, 70 years old. I'm 34.